With over 1 billion views on YouTube, worldwide tours, and one of the biggest selling albums of 2014, Pentatonix is one of the biggest groups in the world, bar none. Please welcome from the hit group, Pentatonix, Kevin Alusala. Thanks for being here, man.
Hi, thank you so much. Really excited to be here.
So, of course, you guys get asked the same questions over and over again. In fact, I was watching a past interview, and I was embarrassed for the guy asking the questions. It was terrible. So, what is the what is the worst question that you get asked?
Oh my gosh. I think sometimes when people ask us to try to just do something on the spot, like, hey, can you sing this thing on the spot? And we're like, well, we don't know. We have to kind of arrange it and figure it out. I mean, it's not like we kind of just do these things very impromptu and spontaneously. We really work out all of our arrangements. So that was a little bit challenging. But, that's kind of the business and everything. And we love doing what we do. So.
Oh, screw them. I mean, are you kidding? I mean, they do their research. I mean, they should know the time and the craftsmanship that it takes to do what you guys do is just unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. It means the world.
So I spoke with you 2 years ago, as I mentioned at the top of the show. You couldn't have imagined all the success that you've amassed since then. Grammy Awards, Billboard Award performances, which I know you've said was a personal highlight. I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so.
We appreciate that. I mean, you never know the future, but we're so thankful that we just amassed a fan base that is there's such a stronghold for us. There are people that really love our music, and and we're getting it out there, and it seems like the right environment and the right time to be doing all of this. We're so happy.
Michael Jackson, Evolution of Michael Jackson, one of your favorite videos. Do you feel the pressure to top yourself? Because that was a huge hit, and now there's going to be, obviously, you have Sing that's out that's doing very well. Do you always feel the pressure to make the next big hit?
I think that's always our next goal. How do we be bigger and bigger and bigger than we already are? It's kind of like in Royals, we kind of say at the end, we're bigger than we've ever dreamed, and that's truly the case. I mean, right now, we're promoting an original album, and we have an amazing opportunity to have the best sales week that we've ever had. And so, even in this time right now, today we're trying to, just get as many people to come and say, hey, check out our music if you like it. Definitely, come and buy this stuff, because, we want to be able to have, we want to be able to top the dream that we had before and to have the best sales week we've ever had.
I mean, you gave me the perfect segue, because the next topic is, of course, Pentatonix, the not the debut, but kind of in a way of what the group really is, the core of the group. It's the first album with all original songs. I mean, I love Water, First Things First, Ref is Sing, I mean, everything. Radio is going to play such a big role in your future because you're doing original songs. Do you feel that there's a disconnect between what radio says is poppin' and what the audience is, because you have as big an audience as anybody?
No, absolutely. I mean, I think it's all one big collective thing. I think, for example, if you look at Ryan Lewis and Macklemore, they had this song, Thrift Shop. Because it was doing so well online, radio said, oh, we have to play this. We have to take this thing and make it something that people love, because the audience, I think, is the organic kind of catalyst to show radio, hey, this is going to work. And so that's kind of, I feel like, what we've done. I think now we're at this opportunity to show radio, hey, listen, we have an opportunity to do something big here because the audience is there for this. And so if you play this on your stations, there will be an audience that listens to it. So I think it's a symbiotic relationship between the two.
Interesting, because I know one of the sayings that I've heard is, well, the people who say that radio doesn't work are the people who can't get on, radio. But obviously, like you said, you're definitely at that point where, I've heard Can't Sleep Love, and I turned it up on my radio. I said, oh my God, because it's a discovery thing, right? And people feel invested in you guys.
Well, it's awesome because, I feel like people feel invested in us. Like I said, we have an audience that's there. But the hard thing about radio for us is that, what we based our kind of, I guess, our fan base and our success on is something, YouTube, which is a medium that you have to see it and you have to hear it. And that's amazing for us because it's a cappella, you have to see the bass singer doing his low notes. You have to see me doing kind of the beatboxing and the singers doing their crazy harmonies. But now it's based on amazing songs. So, I think that's probably the hard thing. But I think with Can't Sleep Love, it was the first single that made sense to say, you know what, this is a song that we believe people will love the song itself. And then they'll come and go back and say, wow, this is all a cappella, and then be more intrigued about what we're doing. So, I think that's a small, probably disconnect, but I think we're trying to bridge that gap well.
Speaking of, loving songs, I heard one song in this album, and I wanted to single it out, New Year's Day. This is the All I Want for Christmas Is You of this next generation. You're never going to be able to escape that song. That is going to be played at every holiday. That is perhaps the career-defining record, if I've ever heard one. Did you guys know that in the studio?
Oh my gosh, we definitely knew we had something special when we wrote it. We wrote it with two guys, Martin Johnson and Sam Hollander, and it was such a euphoric feeling in the studio when we listened to it. After we kind of made the demo, we were all like, yes, we have something very, very special, and we can't wait for people, our audience, to hear it. So we're so excited about that song, and we can't wait for the world to hear it.
Yeah, I can just see it, Ryan Seacrest or Dick Clark's, whatever it is, New Year's Eve, and you guys are there, Times Square, and singing that song like a yearly tradition. I mean, it's going to be that, in my opinion.
Oh my gosh, we hope so. That's the hope, that's the goal.
You guys have done this, though, all of this success, Grammy Award winning, this new album, Pentatonix, which is out now, get it wherever you can, but you've done this without the TMZ type scandal headlines. You're selling, you're a platinum selling group, Grammy Award winning. Is that important to you to kind of stay out of that limelight, do it the right way?
I mean, for us, I think what's most important is showcasing our talent. At the end of the day, I think talent speaks for itself. And yeah, there are scandals and there are things that happen like that, that happen. But I think where the long-term investment that people want to give to you, that long-term investment comes from showcasing talent. And if you have that, people will continuously want to, follow your career. And so that's what we based our success on, just continuously showing people talent. And if people have been receiving it well, which we're so thankful for, because, we're doing a genre that people, I think, have not necessarily known about in the past, and we're trying to give it more limelight. So we're just thankful that we can showcase our talent on a daily basis to this music.
You're right, and I think when people think a cappella now, they think of Pentatonix, but there seems to be a fuller, kind of getting in the nitty-gritty, but I noticed it, and I'm a fan, so I'm going to ask it, that there's a fuller bass here from you, a fuller percussion that I didn't hear on the other two albums. How do you protect and invest in your own gift to be able to do that?
Oh, my gosh. Absolutely. Well, for this album, we definitely I had to expand my range of what I could do. I mean, we knew we wanted to make an album that was very, very impactful, and so that meant all of us had to kind of expand what we did. So I listened to a lot more music. I tried a lot more different sounds. We use a lot of stomping and clapping to make some things feel more organic because, it does work in the realm of a cappella, and it does work. I think it's something that can tip the scale when it comes to radio, that people say, oh, this makes sense. So, we just utilize a lot of that to make an album that's, I think, more popping than the past.
Yeah. And, we're kind of running up, short here, but I wanted to mention, or running long on time, whatever it is, you guys, really want to go to number one. And you are the first act, in my opinion, that says, you know what, guys, here's where we are. We're neck and neck with, that artist, and, we need your help. I've never seen an artist or a group, go out and really ask for the support in that way. Why did you take that strategy?
I mean, at the end of the day, for us, we love what we do, and we believe that we can make something very, very special happen. Once again, if we get a number one, that's going to showcase a cappella in a completely new limelight, and that's going to showcase what we do in a new limelight. And we want to take that historic step. We want to take that. It's kind of it's a very big moment in history. It would be, especially amongst all the music that's very, very produced, to have this organic sound become number one. So we just thought, you know what? Let's ask the people. Let's go to the people themselves and say, hey, we would love your support. We love what we do. We hope you would love what we do as well. And, help us together do something that could be, I guess, in a sense, historic. And so we want your support to make that happen.
And last question here, and I think, of course, you guys deserve to be number one, and I think it's going to happen. But yesterday was Back to the Future Day, October 21st, but now it's back in the
so cool.
back in the past. So if you were to tell the future Kevin Alusala and the future Pentatonix anything, what would you tell them?
Oh my gosh, I would tell them enjoy the ride and don't worry so much. I think we're a group of people sometimes that can get so anxious and so worried about certain things that we forget to just enjoy the ride, because we're so wrapped up in like all the things that need to happen. When we sometimes forget to sit back and relax and say, wow, look at all the things we're actually doing. How exciting is all this? So I think that's what I would definitely tell them. Just enjoy the ride, enjoy the experience.
You're right. And I think that ride is going to end or continue to the Grammy Awards next year because of this album. Absolutely amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Alusala, please pick up the latest PTX classic, Pentatonix. It's available Apple Music, Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, and wherever CDs are sold. Thank you so much, Kevin, for being here.
Thank you.
Go ahead, go and sing it down, talk to the beat, won't stop, no.